Jordan. All right, Coastline. It is. You know, it's one of my favourite maps. It's as it's come into the map pool. It wasn't at first, but yeah, it's definitely been one of the more like balanced maps across the board, hasn't it?
Yep, instantly Ageless batting out Jackal.
Oh, yeah.
Papilia gave them so much trouble with that Jackal, just getting the frags as well as the information game. And Nora Rengo taking the time with their attack ban. It's going to be Nomad, however, once again. So going very consistently, and Echo has to be at this stage always staple ban, or it could be a Mirror. That's the only other operator that they've banned in the season so far.
I don't know. Mirror doesn't seem to be as much of an impact on Coastline as what it is. And, you know, it's just Echo that they just have a vendetta against him, it feels, at this point.
Is their own country, man. That's so sad.
I don't know. It's just one of those really annoying operators. And then, you know, Ageless are going to ban the Mirror for him anyway. Yeah,
that's right. So those are your bans. Jackal, Nomad, Echo, and Mirror. Ageless banning first and last being on defense. And Coastline, we say that is an attacker-sided map. And Nora Rengo, obviously, their pick, they have chosen to go on the attack.
Yep. Well, it is... I don't know, it's another one of those like slightly smaller maps, I suppose, but it just doesn't feel as claustrophobic as what Consulate does.
The big hole in the middle is not... Yeah, it's not been utilized to its full extent, perhaps, even though it's been in the map pool for a very long time now, and Agent's going to go from Bandit to Valkyrie, going for the information game yet again. And finally, we haven't seen a Legion until now, but we are going to see Shintas pick him up.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, you know, if we had Legions on those yellow stairs, it would have definitely changed the whole landscape of that map. But regardless, we are into the next one. As for operators, yes, looks pretty similar to what Ageless were running over on Consulate.
Yeah, exactly. And Legion, very nice operator. He gives the information. He also slows down the push just a bit. You can't sprint with the goo mine in your foot. And if you have the goo mine in the foot, you can't plant as well. You need to pull it out first. So, going to be interesting to see what how Legion plays into this defense. The rest of the defense, pretty solid. And that's a fairly obvious Valkyrie camera that I expect to be caught out very, very easily. No IQ just yet, but Papilia's on the Capital now.
Yeah, that was an interesting operator pick. Like, I believe that Capital is fairly underutilized. Like, you know, in my opinion, he's one of the most utility-heavy operators, especially when attempting to go for a plant. Like, it's almost better than a smoke to have the fire, the asphyxiation bolt down.
Correct, and the smokes can't be caught out by ADSs as well, so you don't have to really worry about burning the ADS. You can just send it right through, and aggressive push coming in right now, taking control, or trying to take control of VIP, while Ramu pushes up right outside the bomb site. It's a hookah defense first.
Yeah, you know, I suppose, you know, in recent times we've been seeing that both downstairs bomb sites as being more common to see come out first.
Yeah, that's right. You either have the kitchen or you have the double bar. Penthouse in general has just fallen right off because teams seem to have figured it out completely. There's not much you can do in the defense when you have window control, you have the bathroom control, and so on and so forth.
We've got a lot of presence down here between Yas and Agent, holding on to Sunrise. We've also got the Legion from the stairs to help support them as well, so that they just don't want to give any of this downstairs up, because it just means that we're going to see, you know, Ash or someone come in below and just start destroying the floor on the bomb site underneath their feet.
Yeah, that's right. And interesting that Yas is on the Jaeger.
Oh, he's lucky to be alive.
We talk about him and he just gets into the action immediately. And look at that, how quick this is. 1 minute 20 still on the board. The ADS is burned. The Evil Eye gets taken down. And Katsang and the rest of Ageless are playing fairly passive. And the plant is going down right there. JJ has to back off though. But Rachel picks up Katsang just as he gets JJ from the grave.
Yeah, but Papilia's on the bomb site's going to find one, but Farhan to trade him on back and Ratio with his own trade, and Farhan looked away and Ramu to clean it on up. And yes, they sound happy over there.
That was very loud from Nora Rengo, and ooh, that's great. Immediate collapse from Nora Rengo. They teased out the plant very, very early. They lost members, but they already traded out.
Yeah, it was a bit messy on the push, wasn't it? Like, it was very back and forth. Like, they didn't have a solid plan on how they wanted to take it. They just relied on the trades. And in the end, it worked.
Yeah, it's once again, the thing about timing. If the Maestro hadn't looked away, just scared of the push from behind, he could have gotten the ash. He was holding the angle, expecting the push. Maybe that would have changed things.
It just seemed like, I don't know, you can say, yes, it worked, so you can't really fault it. But, like, it's not an attack strat that I really felt like will work 100% of the time.
Yeah, especially if they move on to the next stage. They're going to be going up against Xavier or Ageless. These two teams, especially on Coastline, if you're talking about Xavier, they're going to destroy them for making that mistake. This open concept, not being used too much, but it's a half-open kind of.
Yeah, it's a hybrid.
Well, hybrid vehicles are all the rage right now. I did mention that in the morning.
It's a Lexus strat.
Yeah, not quite Tesla. Okay, but yeah, getting back into the game and away from the cars. Farhan's going to be getting this little angle from below, and it's a bit dangerous in my opinion, because the only long-range option he has is that SMG-11.
I don't know, it really seems like Ageless are doing some things that we don't really normally see.
I'm not sure whether this works for them back home in Korea all the time, maybe in the scrims. I'm sure the moment the bracket release, they stopped scrimming Nora Rengo, but before that, they must have scrimmed Nora Rengo a couple of times, so they know kind of what to expect. And maybe because we said they have played Coastline 6 times in the season, or rather in the year so far, maybe that's what they always do on Coastline.
So that was what we saw there was that JJ sprayed that door down and Papilia walked in right behind it. It's more of like, you know, if anyone's hiding in Aquarium, just misdirect where the push is going to come from. And Papilia, he's got the eyesight to find those goo mines. I have so much trouble with it.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes even when my teammate's droning me in and like pings it for me, I'm like, where? But okay, we are not pros, but Mario's taken 50 HP worth of damage. One more goo mine does a little bit more. There is presence in theater, and just wrong peak ratio loses 50 as well. But the peak once again, but Farhan from below, he's gonna drop the diffuser. Mario has taken down Yas, but whoa! Flurry yet again. JJ gets 2 with Mario getting 1 more. It's all up to Katsang. Suddenly, half the round left to go. Open concept working out. One guy on the floor. Oh no! Was he trying to go for
the tactical barbed wire placement, of course? But yeah, surely we're going to see the revive come through on Mario, and well, soon.
Well, I don't think they really are going to go for it. Okay, there we go. But it's only 20 HP. Ramu's going to go for the kill either way, and there we go. Ramu working so well. One of the top fraggers in Japan, as we have mentioned time and again. A lot of people, when he got picked up.
Oh, that was a nice shot too.
Yeah, when he got picked up from farthest back, they were wondering, the international audience, like, who is this guy? And everyone in Asia was like, oh my god, these guys just added Ramu.
You don't know Ramu?
Yeah, yeah. The whole of APAC was like, dude, Ramu, he's gonna. They had an insane fragging firepower already, and then they brought more. So yeah.
But this is a completely different story to what we saw on the first map, isn't it? Ageless really, I suppose it's similar and different, right? Ageless not off to a great start, but then again, it's the attack for Nora that has been so dominant. And you know, once we flip sides, we might see a similar story of Ageless being great on attack.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's time for Ageless to start the comeback train later. But yeah, as talking about Ramu as well, continuing on, the IQ pick, he picked that immediately after he saw that they're bringing the Valkyrie, that they're bringing the Legion. Like, all right, these guys are going to do that, so let's just counter it immediately. Let's not beat around the bush.
Looks like Ageless have decided to go back to hookah and pool table once again. It's, I don't know, they're not trying to force out a bomb site 2 times in a row. They're just changing it straight away.
Not 2 times in a row, but it's still 2 out of 3. Maybe it's better to go kitchen. I mean, they did try kitchen. Maybe it's better to go double bar.
Well, I think, you know, I feel like if you lose a round on one bomb site, give it another go unless you've got a reason not to, right? Like, if you say, all right, we'll throw this in left of field and see if it works, or it didn't work, all right, let's change our strategy, right? But
I mean, yeah, because unless you know exactly what went wrong, you shouldn't be returning to the bomb site. If you don't know, let your coach figure it out, or let yourself figure it out in between rounds. Don't go back immediately if you don't know what's wrong. Double bar is the primary bomb site of choice for many teams now, however. The first one that they go to, and then they kind of work backwards from the old meta.
I think we're seeing Ageless, like, you know, invest a lot of resources downstairs, but they're not really defending the right part of downstairs, I feel.
Yeah, that's true, and look at that. Papilia are now trying to get the... not so successful, but finally gets it open. Yas down below, he might be looking to go for a run out, a very aggressive one, but no, he's just going to hold station for now.
So yeah, they're a lot more mobile downstairs now rather than just holding some small places, and that's a great pick from Yas. He's going to go low for it, but he has won it. Papilia, however, will trade on out Katsang.
Oh dearie me, they could have lost that gunfight very easily. Farhon has taken down Mario though. And it's a 3v4, finally.
Ooh, Papilia's lucky to be alive right there.
Oh, nope, he's not alive anymore.
Okay, he's not alive. He gets shot through that matrix of sweat holes.
Oh, there we go. Yas was very low on HP already, so the headshot just putting the cherry on the cake.
Yeah.
Rachel taking a bit of damage, trying to get the wall open. JJ still afraid of the bottom floor presence. There is none.
So this is the best round we've seen from Ageless so far, and they still might not win this one. Depends on what JJ is planning to do downstairs. Though he's found the Valkyrie camera, so they are aware of his positioning. And oh, that's a free kill there from Rachel. It almost looks like Shintaz was not ready for that at all.
Oh, but there's good contention coming out from Agent right here. He's keeping JJ busy, and he has the C4 threat as well. If he wins that gunfight, then Rachel will know that his plant life is going to get a lot harder.
This is going to rely on the 1v1s, and Agent is going to win that first one. So it's up to Rachel. He has to take a 2-on-1 now. They're aware of his position, and, you know, Farhon's like, you know, I'm not just going to take the fight. You can try and win the round, and, you know.
So close.
We're going to do whatever we can to stop it from you, and that's the round there. As Farhon's going to find him, and Ageless, how many rounds is that in a row? 10? 1,
yeah,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rounds in a row for Nora before Ageless to finally put another one up on the board.
And it's a flip side from the first map. First two went to Ageless, then the next one went to Nora, and now it's first two going to Nora, going to Ageless. So are we going to see 6-1-2, 8-6 from Ageless?
We'll see. You know, we always like to see patterns where they don't exist.
Yeah, but I think that's humanity in general. We created math.
All right, this is esports, not philosophy, all right?
Oh, Alibi coming out from Farhon, and it's a good operator in the sense you get a great gun, impacts, and 3-speed all in one. You had Ella for that last time, but she was obviously too powerful. So they nerfed her, and now...
The thing is with Alibi is some teams really like her and some really don't, and you got to have a player that really knows the angles and where to put the alibis rather than just, you know, picking her for the gun and the impacts and the 3-speed. Because otherwise, you know, you're much better off taking utility before you take good weapons.
So a bit risky what Ageless is doing right now.
Well, that's a very common setup.
Yeah, it is a setup, but the reason I think is risky is because Nora might just read into it, being pretty decent at coastline themselves, and just push in from the front door. They have ACOGs. They only have one on the defense. Yas has a 416 as well, obviously. But it's going to be hard to contest at long angle to deny the plant. It's going to be a lot easier for the attackers to use that and flush anyone out. There is no mirror on the bullet because she has been banned. So you can't do the standard strategy that you have. You place the mirror in the corner and look down the hallway into kitchen and one down into blue bar.
Just have the 2 shotgun pistols.
Yeah, it's good.
The Mozambiques.
I like that pistol. But finally, yeah, we were talking about double bar not coming out so far. Finally, it does. Maybe Mikilate pull out his earphones, listen to us. Just kidding, you can't do that on LAN. The admins are keeping them very honest.
Well, how do Nora take this one, as it is a bomb site that we haven't seen played so far just yet. And as you said, primary bomb site for a lot of teams.
One of the teams going to be playing later, Aerowolf. They love this bomb site.
That Valkyrie camera, yeah, we've seen it been found twice. Like, you know, sometimes the Valkyrie camera that's not well planned and is just decided, yeah, we're just going to throw it here, is the more effective one than a very common pre-planned one.
Yeah, or at least, you know, if you start noticing that you're losing the camera, just shake it up a bit.
Well, minute and a half down, and it's been very quiet from both teams. No one's sustaining any damage just yet. Oh, that is dirty from Katsang.
Well, if you don't have a mirror, I guess that's what you have to resort to. But Ramu's going to get the first kill. Farhan goes down the alibi. Not effective at all.
Yeah, and these alibis, all right, we can see the plan there. I was going to say, they did he even throw them out? But yeah, that's not a bad idea to help try and defend Hookah.
But against IQ?
Yeah.
The one Achilles heel. So Papilia's down low. I think that was probably how Farhan got caught out. But oh, what a flank. Shinta's coming up from behind. Ramu just caught unawares. Just
completely not ready for that one, Nora Rengo, at all.
Who flanks with the Maestro?
Who doesn't?
well, I don't. I do in rank that. You can't take that down, Papilia. That's not a bulletproof camera. And Shintas is still holed up. The information is being given to him. They must have surely heard that Capital right there. Shintas needs to be careful. He's contesting essentially two angles. And
but Papilia's not even worried about him. That's the firebolt going to come on out, and that's the kill. But Agents found Mary at the same time. But, Shintas, Papilia can't quite get the 180 there, and it is man advantage for Ageless, and it's all up to JJ now.
Indeed, JJ can do this. He has done this many times before, but is he back up to scratch? We saw a lot of historical players, you know, from the sabbatical, they can't do it. The long angles that I was a bit worried for Ageless, they worked out well in their favor right there.
Such a strong position that could just be denied by just leaving someone on the roof, but late game, you never really have someone on the roof.
Yeah, unless you have a clear man advantage.
Which they didn't.
Yeah. So, info game once again strong for Ageless. Shintas, that was a very, very good trade. The flank that he got, obviously, it's unexpected, but once he was there and they knew that the Capital was busy, Shintas was like, all right, this is my time. You hesitate, you lose that gunfight, you might lose the round. So very good that they seized the opportunity right there.
So we're going to be seeing a clash come out here as we go back to Kitchen.
Well, if there's anyone who knows how to deal with Clash, I think Nora Rengo will, because Walker, when Clash came out, Walker liked to go on the Clash quite a fair bit. And as far as utility goes, they have the perfect counter to it, the Zofia, combined with the Capital. So easy to take her down.
Yep.
Not too sure Clash is the best option on Coastline, in my opinion. Too many angles that you are very easily unaware of.
I was just thinking there, sorry, it was me listening and thinking at the same time. Was that Yas, he really struggles on defense, but he's so impactful on attack. If they can start getting him firing on all cylinders while he's on defense, he'll be a much better player, I feel like. In the previous map, we saw him, get 10 kills in the first half, and then I think he ended on like 12 or 13. Like, it's
14, I think.
14. So,
yeah.
like, you know, 4 out of 8 rounds is not great. Whereas, you know, here we're 4 rounds in, and he's also only got 1 kill.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe just Jaeger not his thing. They put him on there because they need the utility, perhaps, and, you know, 3-speed kind of similar, but not quite.
The classic Ash Jaeger main, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you can be an Ash main, but not quite have the same fearlessness on defense that we saw from Yas.
I think it's more of like getting droned in for the Ash then.
But then, I mean, the Echo is banned, so I guess that's why you can't drone in on your defense. But soon we're going to have Mozzie.
I still think Echo is just a better Mozzie.
That's true, but if you're not careful, that flank drone that you thought was your flank drone could be theirs. But that's the story for next season.
Yep.
Clash just sitting here as a mobile camera, it seems. Not really pushing up too far away from the bomb site. Not really having anyone assist into clearing out the push.
That's also a very weird Maestro Evil Eye placement.
Yeah, I have to agree.
How much support can it give for someone pushing on into the bomb site? It just seemed weirdly placed, and this flank, JJ is well aware of it.
Oh. No, he misses initially, but still unaware is Yas, not sure where the shots were coming from. And Papilla is going to clean up Shintaz as well.
Yeah, this isn't looking great here for Ageless, as they're going to have another one fall, as Katsang did find Meriu, but, you know, it's these two on-site anchors that are in very precarious positions.
Viable is going to deny that hold, but Katsang with that shotgun gives you so much confidence in close range. But Farhan gets taken down by Ramu, I think. Could have been from the back. Two members very, very low on Nora Rengo. One smoke grenade could do the trick. But
Pretty
Katsang
impossible clutch, though.
Yeah, but Katsang's super low himself.
Yeah.
Oh, he needs to fight the upstairs angle as well. And Ramu's going to collect a second.
He hit every single bar on those shots.
Was it him who ran out on exit stairs as a Jaeger? Because
wasn't it Yas?
Oh, yeah, he was Yas. But bars being the enemy, two rounds.
One thing to note, we're 5 rounds in and we haven't had a single bomb plant or diffuser plant.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe just Coastline playing into that standard back and forth where you need their very, very strong mat advantage to get the defuse down.
Oh, yeah.
But once you get the mat advantage, why not just continue on and clear out everyone?
Yeah, it seems like, you know, we only really do find bomb plants or diffuser plants go down later on. We're going to see a Glaz come out from Papilia.
That's interesting, because as far as the operator bans have gone...
It's like Nora's perma-banned, so now they're playing it when they haven't banned it.
Yeah, exactly. On attack, Nora has almost always banned the Glaz, so...
Seems like Nomad's their new perma-ban, though.
But fair enough, Nomad's a very, very strong operator. It can really wreck your flanks. And they clearly feel that they don't need the Nomad on their own attack.
Well, Nora's one of those teams that regularly go for 2 to 3 man late flanks and such like that.
Yeah, although we saw that 3-man attempt from Ageless, not quite successful on map number 1. But Ageless still keeping Nora Rengo very honest. They lost the first 2 rounds, but came back strong once again. Now they're going back to hookah and billiards. Farhan on the... From Shintaz, he's taking the Maestro. Shintaz going back to the Legion. So, as you said, Monkey, earlier on, they are keeping their operators very, very similar based on the bomb site. Not too much variation. They have a plan and they want to stick to it. Not always a good idea, though, especially if Nora Rengo gets a number.
Yeah, one thing we should note coming into this is you said it was very attacker-sided, and that's what we've seen so far. I'm very interested to see how the second half is going to go.
Yeah, indeed. This is the last round before the role swap happens. And Mary on the Ash, fearsome thing, but not quite that scary now that he's joined by Papilia, Ramu, Rachel, JJ, all these guys. I mean, you can just name the entirety of Nora Rengo's historical roster as people who you need to be aware of.
Oh yeah, they're all just absolutely nuts players.
No one on the top, by the way. Nora Rengo not utilizing that angle that North America especially loves.
Yeah, so they have taken control of VIP, of course, getting ready to try and push into the hookah or the pool table. Looks like someone might be starting to get up there now, but just look how claustrophobic it is on those cool vibe stairs.
Yeah, indeed, but they do have one goo mine below, and unless that gets shot out without them knowing, they're going to be feeling decently safe. And it's a good array of the goo mines, and Legion is being kept alive, so he gets more and more.
Look at this from Papilia.
There's no firebolt, though, this time. Papilia, he's on the glass, so he's going to have a bit of a tougher job getting the frag. But yeah, he's got the information really, really well. But Katsang is going to take down JJ, not able to pass the information to the Zofia quite well enough.
Oh, but he's dead for sure here. Just shoot, Papilia. What are you doing? Ratio will, however, find Katsang, so I think he was just waiting for that perfect moment to shoot. But either way, he's gone down, leaving us in a 4-on-4. Agents in a great position for a late flank, and Shintaz will peek, just missing it. But Meriu is ready to find him there. 4-on-3 now.
Indeed. Now, Agent was almost going to get into a fight, but he's backed off just a little bit. And shots ringing out from Papilia. He got taken down by that angle, I believe, the last time around. But Ramu's taken down Agent. It's a 4v2 strong man advantage, and Papilia with the defuse is going to push very aggressively.
Oh!
He's going to drop it in a very precarious spot. Yas is going to take down Ramu, and swinging in is Meru. Is the Maestro going to hear it? No, he's not. Somehow. What's going on? They were all converging on him, and the Maestro somehow didn't hear the rappel, and just what was he doing?
I just think they didn't know exactly where the Maestro was there in the end. But, you know, no harm, no foul. Nora recover and leave this half at a 4-2 advantage.
Indeed. That's expected on Coastline.
Oh, yeah, it is. So are we going to be able to see Ageless put up the numbers here, or are we going to be finishing this one off in a quick, smart fashion in the second half?
Oh, Yas on the sledge. Katsang on the ash.
Katsang's one of those players, like, you know, he's got a big mouse pad, right?
Yeah. I think he was hanging off the desk when we saw his practice area.
Yeah, so he's got a big mouse pad, so you know he's gonna be big on the aim there.
Yeah, that's right. Using that low sensitivity to his full advantage. But look at how even Nora Rengo has been. AGL not quite matching up. Just a bit lagging, but I think now is when they're going to start making that climb back.
So, you know, we were talking about, you know, how much are Nora going to miss Walker, but it really feels like Ramu has stepped in nicely to this, like, you know, hard carry in terms of frags and the such.
Speaking of that, speaking of Walker, I've just, as a pure curiosity, I want to see this go to border because I want to see what happens without Walker on border. I mean, he shredded Penta at the 6 Invitational as a Valkyrie. So I just want to see, like, are they going to be just putting 1-2-1 Ramu back in that role? Or are they going to try to shake things up? But I think Nora Rengo will be very glad that if they win this map, they don't go to border, hide what they have to offer.
Oh, yeah, of course. It's not over just yet, but Nora Rengo are in the driving seat. So, where we've gone first? Kitchen, first bomb site.
Yeah, that's right. Kitchen, as you said, one of the first floor bomb sites, the default bomb sites now in the current meta that Ageless kind of switching away from. But, you know, 4 times Nora Rengo has played this, won it twice, drawn it once, and lost it once.
Well, this setup from Nora we've seen quite a lot, where they have that ACOG play in theatre, and, like, you know, just kind of say, all right, well, if you want to take control of this...
Evil Eye?
Yeah, Evil Eye place there. Easy done. But, yeah, just say, you know, you want to come and fight me, come fight me. Obviously, Katsang prefers iron sights.
That's the worst iron sight in the game for me. I can't... The diamond just...
Yeah.
Takes up so much of your screen. Look at that. And, well, I don't think they were ready for it. This Ash pick, Katsang was like, yeah, I'm going to go for the Ash. And belatedly realized, oh, wait.
I don't have a sight.
Yeah. But, you know, if he gets the kills, who are we to speak ill of it? It's a great gun, the L85, and that's what Yas is going to be trying to do damage with. He's holding the flank sort of right now. And Fahon's going to be getting this angle, long angle onto the hallway. Interesting choice. We don't usually see Hibana being used to get that hole.
I just don't know what Ageless' plan is. They've not really taken much ground at all, and they're just kind of like slowly making their way. They're just going to run through the kitchen door and try and go for a plant there. Is that the plant? Oh, is that the plan? An Agent, he's going to see the dock of Meryu, but full on back, and Meryu is going to juice himself back up.
Katsang needs to be giving more support right there. If he was peeking in, suppose, from the other angle or coming from the Aqua side, could have punished Meryu pretty hard. But Ramu's going to get the first frag of the round. Yas, not quite successful.
See Papilia's position. Anyone that runs through that door, he's going to shoot down on from above them.
It's a very strong position, and that's what happens when you don't take the second floor control.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this. Ageless a bit one-dimensional in their attacks, and it worked so far for them on Consulate, but Coastline, I think a bit more dimension to it.
Well, 20 seconds. They're going to have to become explosive right now as we hear the explosive charge go on off. That's a kill for Katsang. Iron sights, who cares? And Papilia's giving away his position. JJ's going to find one. Another one for Katsang. Iron sights, Ash. Fahon's found JJ as well, so they can get into the bomb site. And Katsang, the madman.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh my god, looks like it wasn't any belated pick or what have you. Not all our speculation goes to naught.
It was, no, it was...
Mikelate smiling.
It was... It was Nora Rengo in the driving seat, and then they decide, you know what, guys, we're going to do that little thing where you walk behind your car, and it gets away from them.
Oh, goodness gracious me.
Yeah, Nora were in prime position to win that round there, and, you know, Katsang and Papilia from above, don't know, I think he must have let him run through the door. That's why he jumped out from the balcony. But oh, Katsang just
what a call, though. He instantly flicked back and hit the shot. Well done.
It's that big mouse pad, I'll tell you.
Yeah, yeah, dude, everything that we talked about came to fruition, except for the fact that it was a mispick.
Once again, no plants, though.
That's true. The trend continues. They almost got the plant, though. I mean...
Yeah, but 7 rounds with no plants from either side is a bit nuts.
Well, let's see whether Katsang is going to have to continue to pull his weight like that, or he's going to be a bit more comfortable in terms of spreading out the kills. Because, yeah, you want that round, but it's risky to rely on that.
Yeah, well, he's back on the Ash. I wonder if he's going to be rocking a sight this time.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs one, just from what we saw then.
That was incredible, honestly. And this is going to be a good Valkyrie camera, in my opinion. Mario just waiting and, oh, it's a bit exposed, but not many people look up. And unless you're on the roof, it's hard to spot it.
Yeah, I was going to say, did he intend for it to go higher? I'm not quite sure.
I think so. That's why he was waiting for the skybox to open up, but he didn't quite get the height.
Did he throw it too early, perhaps, like in the skybox just knocked it to the side?
Possible, but maybe Valkyrie needs to work out a little bit more.
She already muscly as heck,
yeah. So. Oh, there we go. The sight has been popped on, the holo.
And the laser sight as well.
Yeah. I think that was a late choice, but I think Katsang must have been laughing behind his computer screen. Can't quite see his face. But surely. Papilia on this very standard angle here as the Jaeger. Gonna be getting very inquisitive right now. Gonna push out really aggressively. He's gonna get detected and take down the drone and run away. Very, very lucky the Ageless was not ready to capitalize. Katsang was worried about the window instead.
Well, minute down, and once again, Ageless haven't really been that proactive in taking ground, have they? It looks like Nora Rengo are trying to get up and in the faces of the attackers.
And that's what I was talking about pre-match. That's what Nora Rengo does best. Get in their faces, and, well, we didn't see the time management issue and Consulate, but it could be happening now.
Yeah, well, now Katsang is worried about that front door. Window no longer a problem.
Yeah, but the front door is no longer a contention for Nora Rengo. Now they're going to be trying to look to run out of service entrance. It's going to be a wide run out, but if you do it swiftly enough, you can collect 1 or 2 kills. Farhorn is possibly going to get caught out. Yes, hitting the side first, but he gets that open anyway. 1 minute left in the round, still a 5v5. Nora Rengo holding those aggressive angles, and Katsang hot on the heels, I believe, of Jacob.
Oh, he's seen him, and he just gets the shot in time. Katsang is lucky to have won that fight, but Papilia's there for the trade to a 4-on-4.
That was good read, though, from Katsang nonetheless. He went for the pre-fire, didn't quite connect it, and this is a great hole from Ratio. Unless, you know, of course, he gets punished, and Shintas from above takes down Mario, and Ratio in his own smoke. He's going to be very exposed for a brief moment. Doesn't quite know where to look, doesn't quite know where to expect the push coming in from. And they had info on him the whole way, but it's just 20 seconds. The smoke is going to block off most of the entrance. He's going to push up so aggressively onto the doorway. He can't take the shot through his own smoke as it obscures his vision. Yas taking him down. Farhan take down Papilia. It's all up to Raul with the diffuser. Oh my goodness, and he's probably going to collect it. No, Farhan from behind. He is going to keep Ageless in this. It's 4-4.
Oh, yeah. Okay. When we say Farhan's position from there, it's pretty much, yeah, they're going to win that round.
Yeah.
But
we didn't...
yeah, that was very close there from... Who was the Legion? Ramu?
Yeah, I think... I'm not too sure, actually.
Very close. Almost got the clutch there at the end. And, you know, I like Rachel's decision-making at the end there. Yes, it's a clutch situation, but they're at a big man disadvantage. You've got to make a play. And that's exactly what he tried to do, but he just couldn't see through the smoke. But, you know, Yas has got eyes of a hawk. Found him out. Just a quick headshot. Who cares if you've got a shotgun?
We should pop a champagne once the defuse plant goes down.
Because it has been 8 rounds, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think they're just waiting for us to bring out the Chardonnay and everything.
Did you bring any? Because I didn't.
I think it's in the back.
Oh,
wink,
in the
wink.
back, is it?
For the after party tomorrow. But okay, 8-7-5, 5-4. Very, very even continuing from Nora Rengo in terms of the frags. So that's good.
Yeah, and on the flip side, we've had a few Ageless players standing out in front there. I think it was 9-7. I didn't quite catch that, of course.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Ageless also quite close in terms of the spread. It's okay if someone is pulling their weight a bit more. If that's their role, you know, it's not a problem. And not like they're losing 4-0. They are tied up. And right now they're attacking. The
only numbers that matters is the 4 and the 4 up the top, not how many frags there are.
Yeah, this not ranked where the points matter. Where you well, the points don't matter as much as they used to last time. But anyways, that's an interesting castle barricade.
Yeah, it seems like they just want to, you know, completely lock off the anti-chamber. Most teams will be able to just open that up fairly easily.
The wall is soft next to it, though, and perhaps that's why they want the attackers to funnel through. You see the easy soft wall. Is it?
Yeah, but it's just a castle barricade either way anyway. Like, you can open either up with an Ash charge or a breach charge or a sledge, or, you know, or you can melee down the castle barricade as well.
True. But, you know, I think they just want those two walls especially reinforced, because you get a plant off in that corner and it's hard to contest after that.
Yeah. If there's a plant in that corner, it's very hard to cover it, as Yas is trying to hunt people down below. Katsang also pushing the vertical plane.
Indeed. Now, Agent dropping into the bathroom and almost no contention. I don't believe that there's anyone from Nora Rengo on the second floor. Rachel's on the Cool Vibe stairs halfway up and looking through the rest of the map. Nope. Papilia's at the doorway near security and lobby.
Yeah, Nora Rengo are fairly spread out downstairs, aren't they?
That's a bit of a risk. You lose that 1v1 and you don't have anyone to trade it out. You immediately have effectively lost a man instead of at least getting a gun-to-gun trade for getting the operators.
Well, minute half on the clock, and you know, this has been the story, hasn't it, of Ageless's attacks. They spend a lot of time not doing much at all. I think they're trying to...
What is it? Oh, Ramu, brilliant C4. Just as Yas gets stationary for a little bit, Ramu doesn't hesitate before pulling the trigger and dialing the phone.
Yeah, I'm confused about that Habana as well.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Like, they had a plan, obviously, based on some drone game information. But if they had a drone, why didn't they realize that the player's not there? It's never been there, actually.
Well, Agent's in a position where he has to pull this goo mine out of his foot. Bit worried about a potential C4. But yeah, Ageless look a bit lost right now in how they want to attack this.
Well,
so they have spotted. Whoops.
What's that? Yeah, that's a concussion. My bad, says the Zofia. And Farhon's going to have to start opening up the wall. But there's a mute jammer. There is no Thatcher.
JJ looked down just to show us.
Yeah, he's like, yep, what you going to do about it? And this is not looking good at all. It's a 4v5. They have a man disadvantage. Ramu's down, however. But
they need to just jump on into the bomb
no,
site.
It's about
to get very spicy. Farhon's finished off Ramu, but that's going to be another one for Farhon. In fact, we're going to see JJ find one on back. 2 seconds, 1 second. Plant started. They could win it from here. Agent has to provide the cover, but no, he's going to go down, and Papilia to finish things off. Nora Rengo finally win another round.
Almost had a defuse plant right there, but not quite. Was that the Jaeger of Papilia? It was on the window.
There we go, JJ doing the face dance.
If he had held that angle instead of pushing out wide, it would have been a lot safer, because that gave Ageless the opening that they needed. If he had held the angle, just hold on to mouse 1, and as the people leap in, that's just free kills.
It looked very like, you know, Season 6 Irons, right? Just jump on into the bomb site with 15 seconds left.
Don't let Aerowolf hear that. Season 6 Irons, I don't think they're in the venue just yet.
Yeah, I was going to say, are they here yet?
Maybe they're watching this from the hotel room. But 5-4, Nora Rengo take the lead once again.
Yas really struggling on this map, isn't he? 3 kills, whereas Farhon, hard breacher, top fragging.
It works sometimes because Hibana, obviously, once you get your utility out of the way, what you're left with are 2 great guns, 3 flashbangs, and a 3-speed to boot. Some people try to argue that Hibana may have too much of a kit, and that's why they did nerf the Bearing 9. So I think now she's in a very good place, but Ella.
Yeah, here's an operator we don't see too often these days.
Gonna be interesting to see what Ramu has to do with her. The concussion mine's not too strong anymore, the Scorpion not too strong anymore as well, but just now when I was watching them warm up on Terrorist Hunt, Ramu, he just picked up the Ella pistol and just went to town with it. Obviously on attack as a Zofia, but still same pistol.
Well, Rachel getting stuck on a floating bit of debris. He's just going to have to open it up a bit more and, yeah, get that angle. Nope. Yep, there we go.
Okay.
He's phased on through.
Oh, man. Run, Barry, run.
So, Ageless on attack. Can they be swifter? Are they going to take their time once again?
Yeah, that's really the question, isn't it? The $1 million question. Well, not quite $1 million, but the Milan question.
The Milano question.
Yeah. But a long way to go for either team right now. And looking pretty decent so far. They're getting the angles that they need to get. They've gotten VIP control. And they just need to clear out that Jaeger in theater. And they are aware of him, I believe, at the very least. And there we go. Papilia books it out of there.
Well, minute 50 on the clock. Once again, Ageless slow, creeping style. But, you know, it doesn't really... You know, this is what you were saying they had issues with. Their timings on attack.
And it's not an issue yet, but it was on the previous round. Things did come to a head. They didn't get the picks, the wedge that they need. And Ramu missing that ice cream. There we go. So 1 minute 20 about there left in the round. And Farhon has 2x Kairos. He ideally wants to get that wall open, but he can't do that because he'll get shot out immediately. They don't have enough control. And this feels a lot like when you're playing ranked and you just don't know what the rest of your team is doing. You're just waiting and waiting. Outside of hookah doorway, you're like, dude, I can't push in unless you guys do something else. And
Agent can just do that as well. Finds Papilia, and then he thinks, oh, I might go pick up his phone too.
Oh, whoa!
Farhon! This man is on fire so far. He's hit that shot, and oh, that is so close from Rachel. He was shooting the apple off the top of the head there. As looks like Ramu is somehow alive, but Katsang's there to trade him on out. How did that happen?
I think that was an ADS because we saw the frag grenade symbol pop up the moment he got flashed. But yeah, he just presses and hold it mouse 1.
Yeah, but 30 seconds on the clock. Rachel just can't land that
SMG
shot
11.
either. Fortunate for him, but him and JJ trying to hold on onto these last couple of seconds.
Oh, the plant is going down, however.
And
whoa!
Rachel!
Oh my god. That has turned the game on its head. 2v4 to a 1v2 in favor of the defenders. Are we going to see Nora Rengo move on to match point? Yes, we are, as he doesn't expect that lying position from JJ. That is 6-4 up to Nora Rengo, and that's a second defensive round in a row. Well...
That is the biggest C4 I've ever seen, like, at a LAN.
Well, let's have a look at the C4 yet again. I mean, goodness gracious,
look
at
set
that.
up. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Rachel being like, yes, come to me.
The only other C4 I can remember being more impactful was in Olga Pit, and I believe it was Team Secret, or back then they were IDK. And I think Leon gets through one down on Bank, the hatch, down into the bomb site, and he collected 4.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. Massive amount there, and you know.
I'm sorry, it was, or was it Nyx and Dark Zero? I can't quite remember.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But Ageless have decided to go for attack pause now. However, they're against match point, series point, so maybe a bit late here.
I don't think it was quite that late. If they called it earlier, it would have not really made sense because they were only 1 round down at that stage. You know, 4-3.
Yeah.
5-4. So Right now, I really wish I could understand Korean and hear their comms right now. It's very interesting to get into the psyche of these teams, of the coach and everyone. Ageless are not expected to win. Nora Rengo are. But at the same time, the tag pause works both ways, right? So
yeah, of course.
Nora Rengo can be talking to their guys as well. Kizoku must be telling them, all right, guys, 6-4, easy cleanup. Just don't get ahead of yourself. You know what to do. You've done this many, many times before.
Well. Either way, like, you know, I'm very impressed by Ageless. Like, their consulate attacks were looking phenomenal. The rest of it, yeah, not bad.
They had that round, honestly, except for the stack.
Yeah, except for the C4. Like, you know,
that's a bit disappointing because you always like to root for the underdog story. And
yeah, well, you want to say that, you know, Racial did a great C4 there, but it was more...
just blind C4.
It's more on the fact that Ageless all stacked up on top of each other. Like, yes, you got to pile on into the bomb site, but, you know, what can you really do?
But yeah, tying back into it, the time management. That's what happens when you run out of time. And, you know, I don't think we're going to see much of Ageless anymore at this LAN, but one way to deal with that is just bring a Kapkan. In the late game, you know, that's going to really wreck your your attack strategy. You don't even need a C4. 60 HP on a 3-speed. You may even get collaterals with it.
Can even clean him up with a Pokeball.
Yeah, that's right. Really good kit does Kapkan have. Very low recall, but we're not going to see Kapkan. We're going to see Alibi from Meru.
Yeah, well, Ageless attempting the fight back, the comeback. You know, we saw Nora Rengo with their own. You know, they could do it too.
For sure. They have not looked bad, so to speak. Not at all. So if Ageless can make this happen, Katsang needs to be that spearhead. He got that 3K with the Iron Sight Ash R4C. Can he do it this time again? He needs to. Ageless needs him to.
Yeah, it seems like he just hangs out on his own side of the map for the most part and tries to just cut down rotations.
That's a decent use of the Ash, for sure.
Yeah.
Because she can, if you need her on the side push, she can make her way there very, very quickly and collect anyone along the way. But JJ holding strong right now inside of theater, and...
Oh, that's a great shot there. But he's going to be cleaned up by Katsang through the wall.
That's exactly why. Good use of the drone game and didn't have a reinforcement, did JJ. So Maestro taking one down, but Papilia is going to take down Shintas. Puts the man count back in the defender's advantage.
Yeah, Ageless, you know, really having trouble getting Yas into the game on this map, haven't they? Like,
and it might be too late.
Yeah, it might be too late indeed. And oh, Ramu's seen the player up above.
Yeah, but not static anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good angle from Meru right here, but he's not exactly using the 3-speed to his full advantage, but doesn't really matter if you can get the kills. Who cares what the supposed play is supposed to look like? Ageless once again looking quite disparate.
Yeah, looking lost once again, like, you know, how do we want to take this, boys? Like, you know.
They have one strategy, I think, and it's that mid-game adaptability that comes with experience, of course.
Of course, yeah.
So that's a bit lacking, but I think they've given us a very, very good showing already.
Yeah, let's not be too negative just yet, Infield, because, you know, I believe.
Please, come on. Tight. Papilia is not going to land the shots just yet. Neither is Agent, but Katsang, there we go. It's 3v3, and suddenly Ageless are back in the game. 20 seconds, though. Time coming to bite them. You can't take too long as the attackers. And the smoke is going to obscure the window, and it's going to obscure outside of the kitchen door. It's 10 seconds, 9 seconds, and I don't think it's going to happen for Ageless. I don't know.
They need to get in.
It's the last round.
3 seconds, he's going to jump on in, and that's the round? Yeah, there we go.
Shouts coming out from Nora Rengo. They are really happy they were given a scare, but yeah, what was Ageless doing?
Such a lackluster end of the match there.
Really, just,
yeah. You know, they didn't even give themselves a chance to win it at that point. Like, you're not jumping into the bomb site trying to plant at all. Very disappointing end, but either way, phenomenal showing from Ageless.
Yeah, sorry.
You guys a little bit questioning how things were playing out there at the end, but I think by and large, really, with the entire series, Now with the knowledge that it was a 2-0 there for Nora Rengo, that is the expected result. And for Nora Rengo, it's sort of like we were questioning whether or not this match was even one that they would put a lot of attention into. Like, did you guys get a bit of a sense that this was like not peak Nora Rengo in a way?
I don't know. Like, I think of course they're trying out there. But as for, you know, research and preparation into Ageless, maybe not as much, especially because you can't really do as much.
Yeah, it's true. And Consular especially, they kind of struggled initially at the very least. And both maps, they really took their time to come into things. But once they hit their stride, as we have seen many a team fall to Nora Rengo, that's just it. Nora Rengo is going to clean you up.
I think you have to be happy with that, though, as Ageless in a way. You know, you get your 8-6 on Consulate, the 7-4 there on Coastline, both fairly respectable results, even despite the fact that we were saying, you know, like on paper, this not necessarily should be like 7-0s or anything like that, but they should have been maybe a little more one-sided even toward Nora Rengo.
I think it's just the way that, you know, how we have our APAC seasons work, that when it does finally come to the LAN, it's been so long since we've seen some of these other teams face up against each other that we don't know how it's going to go in the end.
Yeah, and then of course you have the fact that LAN form is usually quite different to your online form. Once you come to LAN, it's anyone's game, and look, that was a bit of a curious choice from Papilla.
He was waiting for the right moment, of course. Yeah.
But either way, it worked out, I think, decently well in the end. Yeah, there we go.
It was just a very weird ending overall. Like, you know, of course.
Not a bang, but a whimper.
Yeah. That's how the world ends.
Well, that's how the APAC LAN ends for Ageless, unfortunately. But surely they have collected so much valuable information, and they're going to go back to Korea and try to keep their LAN spot for next season.
Well, I think that's definitely a storyline that we need to keep an eye on for next year. Obviously, we had, New Life here last time, alongside, of course, Mantis. Got C9 back, which is expected, but we haven't ever really had that solid second place within the Korean region. For Japan, obviously, Nora Rengo has been at the top for quite a long time, and no surprises to see them going through to the semi-finals here. But you guys talk about the LAN form here a little bit. I think it's obviously a good start for Nora Rengo to go up against Ageless. You know, if they're going to have those early game jitters, early LAN jitters, not necessarily perform to the level that we would want them to at the start of the day, it's probably a good thing that they went up against what on paper looked like the weakest team coming into this event.
Yeah, of course. Like, they don't have to worry about, you know, you only get one shot, and, you know, if you stuff it up, then, you know, you're out of LAN and not going to Milan and whatnot. Like, but, you know, if they have that easier game first up, they can work into it.
Yeah, we have seen that happen to many teams so far. You come into the first map, or first matchup, and it's knockouts. One time you make a mistake, and that's it. It happened to Mantis last time around against Xavier Esports, another match that they should have won. And talking about Xavier Esports, I think that's the next matchup.
It is indeed. Any concerns for you guys there after having watched Nora Rengo? Was there anything sort of there a little bit underlying?
Some concerns.
Yeah, I really feel like they're not quite gelling just yet with the roster change they've made. Like, you can clearly see they are missing Walker, and, like, you know, as I said, like, Ramu, he's coming into, like, well, he's not coming in to replace Walker, but he's taken up that role that Walker's taken left behind. But is it enough?
I think it's going to be enough. This, as what, you know, Jordan said, the early jitters, they're going to work it out. They're going to go back to the hotel pretty much immediately. You know, they don't need to stick around, and they're going to see, all right, we made this mistake, that mistake. So this is what we need to fix, because the next team they go up against, Xavier or Ageless, they are both fearsome teams in their own regard.
Yeah, very much so, and that's going to be obviously the next matchup. But before we do get there, maybe it's time to hear what Nora Rengo thinks about our next coming match.
Thank you very much, Jordan. I'm here with Papillon on stage and our lovely translator here. Now I have to ask you, obviously, a little bit of a slower start there in that first map. How did you bring it back, and why just maybe just early morning jitters?
いや何より油断という言葉もちょっとあるかなという中で、まあ、作戦として結構相手の自分たちの予想よりはるかに上回ってきて、自分たちのミスを完全に拾われている状態が続く中で、やっぱこう経験というところでこうプレッシャーに負けないで、みんなのこう頭がちゃんと回って対応がこうできるようになって、最終的に勝ったっていう。
Absolutely. And now just the preparation coming into this event, you feeling strong, you feeling confident moving on to the semi-finals?
もちろん練習もしてきました。やっぱり貴族ダンスをみんなで練習してこのイベントのために。
Awesome, and of course now you've been to many of these APAC finals before, but now you're arguably one of the top seeds here. Are you feeling any pressure for that, and how are you dealing with that?
やっぱり前回前々回と前々と大会で成績を残しているっていうのもあって、少しなんていうかもちろんプレッシャーある中でそれを証明できるっていうようなこういうところでみんなに見せたいっていうような気持ちでチーム一同頑張ってます。
So they're trying their best to make sure that obviously they've been to lots of events before, and so while they may not be feeling too much pressure just being here, they obviously want to show that they're a strong team, so they're trying to keep up that front.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, Papillon, and best of luck in the semi-final tomorrow. But do not go anywhere. We have plenty more Rainbow Six APAC action on the other side of this break.